Hello,
Hello.
Everybody, welcome
welcome
back.
to Sometimes Something,
Episode number.
episode
86.
86.
Whoa, you nailed it. It's like we didn't have a
Yeah,
conversation about this right before.
not at all.
How's everybody doing? Look,
Not like
Calvin.
someone was
Calvin's alive. You've
hour
been
late
asking for
today.
proof
Yeah,
of life.
Calvin's there. We can kind of see him. We can kind of make him out in the. There it
Yep,
is.
there he is.
There he
People
is.
have been
Welcome
in the
back.
comments.
I
That
flicker back
beautiful
in and
bastard.
out based on what the screen I'm looking at. Yes, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, it's good to see your face. The
Yeah.
audience
Yeah,
have been theorizing. They've been conspiracy theories that we're using AI to replicate your voice because you've been missing. So now we can say, look, there he is. He's alive.
Yeah.
So stop asking.
It got out of hand, honestly, but glad that's all over now.
Yeah, we had write-ins, phone calls. Our lines were just going crazy.
We have
hmm
a telephone line.
We sure
We
do.
do.
Yep. We set up a hotline for questions.
How does that work nowadays? Will you just get it like forwarded to your cell phone or something? If
Probably
we were
do
to do a
something like that.
hotline,
Yeah.
like could we do that? Let's
could look
just
into
do
it.
that. You know?
We could look into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll go
Actually,
straight to
I know-
Calvin's phone.
I know Conan O'Brien. Their podcast, they have like a phone-in line.
Mm.
Oh, we actually have an actual hotline though.
I'm sure we could.
We could get one.
Yeah.
Mm.
It'd be fun. Could be like
We
a
can-
red one where they have like in all the superhero movies where it's like a flashing red light if you need to ever call a superhero.
That'd be
You
fun.
mean like
What?
the presidential
Oh.
one?
Yeah. What's teacher? Up right
That
there.
would be fun. Maybe
Yeah,
one
yeah.
day we will.
All right, should we get
Once we
first
have
spot?
our in-person podcast episode in Japan together,
Ooh,
right? That'll be
yeah.
the
4 of
special.
us.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be wearing our komodos.
Kneeling on the floor
Yep.
Yep.
in their Airbnb. Speaking of which, oh wait, first
Oh.
let's do shots.
Jason, that was almost a good segue. You just segued to completely the wrong thing.
Let's look at
All right,
this
what we
shot.
got first here?
I
Whose
brought
shots are these?
these two. These are mine. I brought them. These are from Anora, which is a
Nice.
movie that came out last year. It's up for a bunch of Oscars, Best Picture. But I mainly want to talk about the lenses and stuff that they use because it's very pretty stuff. A lot of like these wide shots like you see on the right, where you can really see like the distortion of it.
I was gonna say the distortion on that
Yeah.
is wild.
I know like a lot of like
Mm.
people and stuff like don't like to use lenses that have like, I feel like it's kind of gone away now, like a lot of like characteristic or stuff, but I love seeing that stuff, or like more like dirtier flares or lenses or stuff where you see this distortion. There's some like wide shots like this where like it'll pan to and you could really see like the whole whatever environment like warp
Yeah.
to the lens and
It's
stuff.
funny, right? How like everyone trying to get the cleanest lens, all that work is like kind of going in the opposite direction now.
Yeah,
If you're like, you know,
that was
working in
one thing
optics, like
too that when I was looking at lenses for my camera, that like a lot of the anamorphic lenses and stuff, if you watch like YouTubers and stuff, they want like that crystal clear like image and stuff, which I feel like is kind of going away now. But some of the older like budget anamorphic stuff, people didn't like as much, or like they would praise the newer ones because it doesn't have as much like lens breathing and stuff, or like certain characteristics. I'm like, I specifically want that stuff because I think it
Yeah.
feels so cool.
It is kind of. It feels really weird now saying like it's like, oh, it's got lens breathing or all this
Yeah.
spin. It's like that shit's cool. That's like the
Yeah.
cool stuff. That's the magic. That's the the ooey gooey
Special
fun stuff. So
sauce.
it's, yeah,
it probably
exactly. That's like
technically, it probably is technically harder to work with if you're
Probably.
in
Well,
a
I feel like
traditional
there
sense,
was
where
like
you're gonna like it's like a restriction you kind of gotta work within.
I
You
feel
can
like
still make it look
there
pretty.
was like lenses were shit, and then they were making them better, and then the people got so locked in with the obsession of getting like a super sharp image, and then now we're like, hold on, what?
Yeah,
Like,
because
why do we
even
care?
like with film, right? People,
Yeah.
I almost
wanna
feel
watch
like
a movie on film
it
now.
kind of like built to like the cleaner, crisper images to like Marvel stuff, and then that was all like crisp, clean, perfect stuff for like 10 years. I'm like, let's do the opposite of that, and now it's kind of gone away from
Okay,
that.
I can.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's kind of been in the last like 10 years where it's kind of gotten more and more kind of unique-y looks
It's also like
lens
it's
wise.
easier
Yeah.
and easier to make films, right?
Yeah,
So like
that's-
it's just a lot more people on lower budgets doing weird
That's
stuff.
true. Like yeah, the lens
And
I
then
bought
people
was
being like, "This is cool."
It's like what
$1,000.
Syndrome always said: if everyone's super, then no one is. You got
It's
to
true.
differentiate
Yeah.
yourself, and
Mhm.
yeah, just go against the grain. You
Yeah.
stand out.
Yeah. Really wise guy.
really
What do you
was.
bring, Calvin? Do you have any
Yeah,
interesting
that's Nora. You
stuff
guys should watch
see?
Anora. It's a fun movie.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry,
Nora's
I'm
great.
still stuck on the random Incredibles fucking reference out of absolutely nowhere. That was crazy.
What are
So
these,
I've been
Calvin?
watching a show that I watched before, and I've gotten yelled at in the comments on The Crown. I was just
Oh.
watching it again, but there's this one episode that talks about, I think it's 1952. There's like, I don't know, there's some weather event in London. They're all burning coal, so all like the smog gets stuck around London. There's no wind. A whole bunch of people died. Like 12,000 people died.
Sick.
Mm.
Blah 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 blah. But the shots are super cool because obviously like there's a lot of shots of, there's a couple oneers of people walking through the smog, and the visibility they have is like 2-3 meters. So I'm assuming a lot of this, especially a lot of the wides, are like, VFX shots, obviously. Um, and it is a lot of fun watching. Like the oneers are crazy because it's just like they have cars. I don't know how they did it safely because there's like cars going past, and like people are barely avoiding cars. Like you'll see a car directly coming at camera, and you only see it when it's like 2 meters away, and that's when you start to see the headlights. Like it's so crazy how dense they had
That's cool.
the smoke. It's cool enough that I was like,
You should
it
link the
has to be a lot
sequence.
of.
Yeah, I kind of want to see this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can link the episodes. It's cool. I've never seen this much smog ever. Like maybe some horror thing, but yeah, I thought it was really cool. And like
Maybe season
obviously,
2 of Halo.
Yeah, it's Team Vibes.
Yeah.
But this is
True.
better.
this is worse.
Is
Worse than that by a long shot.
mm,
Anyways, it's just really fun. It's a good show, but it's also like it's very pretty. Like how just dense they. I could see like it's such an easy cop out. You just kind of have it foggy. But this was like down to like 2-3 meters of visibility, which was pretty crazy.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
It was like half the episode was all like this. Like these, I would say these screenshots are the more clear ones. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of really cool scenes of like the camera going between a bunch of people walking through the fog as like a group, and it's just like people are just like appearing and then like disappearing off camera, like meters away as they just like appear from nothing, and then like a car. It's cool. Great sequence. Anyways,
very cool.
I thought
Yeah.
it'd be
Very
cool. I
moody.
thought I would immediately like
I
to be
still
fun
want
to
to
work
check it
on.
out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll all watch that show next, and then we'll all talk about it and give
Maybe.
the Crown review. Because I'm
There's a
still
lot of
interested to see
drama.
it.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could watch episodes of Weekly Car and predict what's going to happen next. That'd be fun.
It's true. It's true.
But you guys are already doing that on your own.
What? No, we're not
What?
watching The
What?
Crown. Are you here, Colton?
Somebody talk about The Incredibles again.
Colton,
Yeah, we got to bring it
I
back.
like your outfit, by the way, Colton. You got like a
Friend.
full thing going on. Tell us a bit about your drip.
Yeah,
Great.
what? Who are you wearing?
Yeah.
This is my I worked all day and didn't leave my room fit.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's a authentic Odessa shirt from their
Wow.
world tour in 2022
Wow.
or 3, I don't know.
Crazy.
And this is a hat I got from
This
my
is a
friend
hat.
Why are you guys laughing at that? Is this okay?
There was too much pause, but after hat,
Just
and this is a hat.
It's like, okay, dude.
Oh, boy.
that I bought from a friend's booth at a con.
Cool.
Very cool.
That's crazy you answered that question genuinely, I think. I feel like that was a little bit wild that we actually talked about
Why would you not be genuine, Calvin?
Oh, really?
That's why-
With these guys.
Rather be
Okay, yeah.
sarcastic,
I
My
was
bad,
completely
my bad. I
curious on why.
self-centered person who
I
focused
forgot.
only
I'm
on
a
themselves.
narcissist. I swear
Always
to
looking
God.
for fashion tips. Leave him alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah, fashion
Never
tips for the
know.
guy that looks like a fucking cancer survivor right now. I swear to God.
You can see some
Ooh.
hair.
Anyways,
Hey, at least he survived.
Ooh. Yep. Speaking of surviving,
Yes, surviving
we
right, it's
in
funny.
an
survived
Airbnb.
in
Perhaps?
Ugh.
yeah, I guess we Guess we can do that. I wasn't going that way, but
Okay.
yeah. Air...
Just desperately trying to segue back to that.
I don't know what it
Airbnb.
is. Yeah. Go
Well,
for it.
we were just talking about because we might go on a trip soon. We might go get some Airbnbs for that said trip. We want to know your thoughts, Cade's thought on Airbnbs. Have you had any experiences? Any bad ones? Any good ones?
I was saying you're not an Airbnb guy.
Me? Why not?
I
I'd
would
be
insist that you hate them.
I always think you
And
just like to go to hotels so people clean up after you so you can get drunk
no,
and
no,
not worry
no,
about anything and have to like clean up afterwards.
no,
my
no.
image.
I've done a Airbnb. I've only ever done I've like contributed to an Airbnb. Like I've never booked one myself, but I don't know. I'm down for an Airbnb. I'd probably have a more unique place that way, especially where we're going.
yeah. What
Yeah.
so nothing interesting, no stories, no
Well,
bad, no good.
uh,
So this topic is a dead.
no, the only Airbnb story I have was when I uh would plan my brother's bachelor party, and initially I wanted to take him to Vegas, but then all the people he wanted to come, which was like 10 people, like not many of them said that they could afford to go to Vegas or whatever. So I booked an Airbnb. I forget if it was in I forget where it was, and I booked it. It was for like 10 people, and everybody was like cool. And then like a couple months later, when it was getting closer to, I started asking people like if they were still gonna make it or whatever, and like there was like most of the people were like, oh no, I don't think I can or whatever. And then like it was too late to cancel the Airbnb, and it was like kind of expensive too. So I decided we went to Vegas instead, but I messaged the guy and I said like, hey, just want to check in, like we're gonna be there in like a few days, just letting you know that this is for my brother's bachelor party. There's gonna be like 15 people there, whatever. Like, hope that's okay, whatever. And he said, oh, no parties, canceling for you. I was like, oh, okay, great.
That is so smart. Did you say that with the intention that maybe
Yes.
he'll cancel?
Yes.
That's such a good.
So he canceled. I didn't have to cancel, and I got my refund. So that's my
I
only
see.
Airbnb
Wait, so
story.
now wait, so you chose a no parties Airbnb to have your party?
There's like
Well,
no
like-
Airbnbs that allow like a bachelor party. No fucking way.
yeah, and there wasn't actually
pretty sure
10.
that-
There was going to be like 5 people, like, and they were all like it wasn't going to be crazy or
I
anything.
guess yeah.
But I made it sound
Okay.
like it was going to be like 20 people there.
So that's a really
Right.
good tip. Anytime
Yeah,
you
that's
need
kind
to
of a-
cancel an Airbnb, just call and be like, "Hey, me and my friends are gonna come. Do you know any coke dealers? We want to get fucked up and party." And then I'll be like,
Yeah.
"I'm canceling you so fast." That's funny.
That's
I've
the
never
weird
thought
thing
about that.
because for some, I've only done 2 Airbnbs before. One of them was when we went to the Calgary Stampede, and with the Calgary Stampede, it's the entire city goes into full cowboy mood and parties basically. So you're expecting to party, or at least you're expecting people to come there to party. So I'm
Yeah,
curious as
I
to
was
like
say
in
I'm pretty
certain
sure
cases.
I think there are a lot of Airbnbs that are meant for that, like events, like party. That's kind of what I
That's why
think.
I'm like
But I
a
guess
Vegas place. I'm kind of
This wasn't in
Yes,
Vegas. This was somewhere local
okay.
before Vegas.
that
Okay,
explains a little
okay,
bit
I'm
more.
like, well,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, if it was in a party town, then yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, no.
Right.
but yeah,
Right.
you can definitely. I had no problems with the place that we went to. It was mentioned where it was, but it was great. There was a little. It was themed. It had dinosaurs in it, and it was great.
Ugh.
And
Had
the only thing,
dinosaurs in
okay,
it?
we had this
What?
conversation earlier. Well, it was a theme that there were dinosaurs in it. We're like, that looks fucking dope. We're going to it. So you can differentiate
Okay.
yourself and have a great time. Let me
Was it
finish.
a
I'm gonna get
children's?
to
What?
Yeah, he definitely went to like a children's themed, like fucking
What is-
Rented a
Make a Wish
daycare.
place, and he's just like he's booked it out, so some poor Make a Wish kid can't go to the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah. Right. Like.
Oh my god.
this is
That's-
Calvin's point is that you're not able to get like room service for you to have to clean. You have to clean the place, and we did. Like there were a lot of rules that these people set, where it's like, okay, lock the door at this time. So you can't leave certain things unattended because there's like raccoons will come and take garbage when you put
Oh
garbage
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
You put it in these certain bins. I'm like, all right, well. And then the thing is that when we wanted to cook shit, they had nothing. It was like spoiled, well not spoiled, but like there was like cereal boxes and random shit that was just expired. There's no
Hold on.
oil.
Wait,
You're
they
not
don't,
supposed to eat their food.
You don't
You're
they
not
eat
don't
any of
supposed to
supply
eat
their
their
your
You have
food.
to
What on? Wait, why would you?
you have to bring all of their own stuff.
I know. That was also our second time ever actually doing
But
it.
okay, but regardless,
That's
That's
like common knowledge, though.
You
Hold on.
went through their cabinets looking for something to eat, clearly, because you know this stuff.
No.
How'd you know?
Some places they do provide that though, do they not?
No, I've never.
Okay.
Okay.
I
We've
mean,
done some, my
maybe,
family
but
does a lot
it's
of
probably
Airbnb.
specified. You don't
I think
touch
it
their
was.
food.
You know what? I'm taking.
If it was
Yeah, go take a
specified,
look.
then you're justified.
Yeah,
But
sure.
Yeah,
That's fair.
it-
Every single
yeah.
one I've been to, the cupboards are. I mean, there's like cooking, like pots, pans, all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then that's then
Yeah,
that makes sense.
but that's it. Like not even
Usually you're
oil.
still-
A lot of the time. The thing about Airbnb is like if you're like living at just like a friend's house, like that's the equivalent, right? And if you were doing that, all that stuff makes sense because you're not paying any fucking money. But if you want me to stay and pay a hotel rate and I've got to do all this shit, it's like why would I? You know what I mean? Like you have to give me some sort of value over
You got to get the
a
good price
hotel,
for it
like
and everything.
either a
Yeah.
good price
I
or it's
do.
got something cool about it, like a location or something, or it's out of the
Yeah.
way and super private. Like really, if you want to do that type of thing. I mean, it's
Some of
good.
them
I
are
think
set up
Airbnbs are good for like big families or something when you want to do like a big family get together
exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Great for that type of thing because you're not
Yep.
going to party. You need a central area. You can't really do that in a hotel. Like, what are you going to do? Rent out the conference room? That's fucking weird.
Especially if you need like 5 rooms or like even like 3 rooms, like
yeah.
like
the
if you have
hotel
like
starts
20,
adding up
30
real quick.
people, it's like
I feel like they almost get more and more worth it the more people you have go. Like if you get 10 friends together,
Yeah.
you can rent like if you went to like the Okanagan or something, you can get like a
Yeah.
big place with probably like a pool or something, and it'll be expensive. But if you have 10 people going, then it's like let's split
Yeah,
that up, and it's
exactly.
not that
yeah,
This
no,
place
100%.
said I sent the link to where I went. Treat our home as your own.
bad. Yeah,
Okay,
so
I don't know if
That
that
doesn't
means
mean eat their
go
food.
through their
That's just
food.
an advertising tagline. That doesn't
I-
mean eat their food. That's crazy.
Your parties are
Yeah.
large gatherings. I mean, yeah, there was 6 of us, but like you always have to put that.
Also, okay, I haven't looked through these photos yet, but is the only dinosaur thing, Colton, the Jurassic Park thing on the shower door?
I was just gonna say there's absolutely no.
I
was
remember
expecting dinosaurs everywhere.
I remember there being more to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a picture
Yeah,
frame
there's
with a
picture,
picture
yeah.
of a dinosaur.
Did they
Did
change
you
it?
look at
Maybe it was
this
just
list
for
at
the
all,
stampede.
Colton?
This is
Oh,
weird.
Jurassic
If the-
Park. The Jurassic
whole
Park
room-
bathroom.
If the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
place was like dinosaur themed, that would make sense. But it's just the shower door. Like, why is it just the shower door? That's such a weird decision.
That's their gimmick. That's their shtick. That's to get you.
But
They got us.
no, but
But yeah, why did they build that? This is a weird decision as a
that, like,
homeowner.
it's not enough to like add to anything, so it only retracts. Like you're not. That's
Is this person either a big fan or did he like work on it or something? Like that's such a and why the shower? That's is it
Who
is
knows, man?
interesting.
Who knows? You know what? It worked for them. They got us. They got their.
They got you and you ate their
I
spoiled
like that.
cereal.
Colton probably left a
It's
bad
not
review,
needed.
like they didn't have any food. 0 stars.
that's so crazy.
Oh,
Like if you go to
man.
a hotel, the food in there also isn't free. Like
Yeah, it's not.
I can't imagine getting a complaint.
Did you like
there
raid
wasn't
their
any food in the
medicine
house.
closet
Like,
too and start taking all
Oh
their?
wait, Colton
their
did leave a
headache
review. I
pills?
found Colton's review. Great place,
Oh.
a bit far from the stampede, but the owner was responsive to and the place was very clean. Very good, Colton.
There you go.
Very
Yeah.
nice, Colton. Very good.
I was
Never
hoping
mind.
so hard. I was hoping so hard.
I was hoping for a
Maybe.
bad one too.
or just
Why-
something about the cereal being off. Oh,
Why'd you say bit far from Stampede in the review though? That's a bit. Is that
That's
like?
on you. For you can see what this place
Yeah.
is.
Yeah,
you know
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
like, what-
Yeah, hold on.
Hold
you go
on,
to
hold on.
Calgary.
What,
You're
what,
like
what?
the place was a bit far from Vegas. It's like
I'm
What-
letting
what
the future
relevance?
people know. I'm letting the future people know that if you ever want to go to the Stampede, it's a bit far. So
you understand they would have to look at a map, right? And they would be like, "Oh, look how far away it is from
I'm
the
just saying-
Stampede."
the thing is that you got to give and take. It's like, okay, do I want to be this far? Stampede pay this.
Yeah, again,
Right.
I know, but you left
Again,
it
this
as a
place
that's
is
review.
not
on
your-
a map.
This
That's the
place
point.
isn't good
a
place
review.
to stay. That's nearby the Stampede. It's a
All that's-
home in Calgary.
That's like me
All that
getting an
stuff is-
Airbnb in BC being like, "Bleh." It was pretty nice, but it was pretty far from the Stampede.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
like,
It doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
It does. I'm just saying it's a bit
No.
far from the Stampede.
But that's not
Well,
relevant to the
but it's not.
review.
They can't
That's not
change
something.
anything about
That's not
that.
something
They
you
can't
found out
move
when
their
you got
building.
there.
I know, but I'm just saying that people, if you want to stay at this place and your main goal, like if you're, it's cheaper. Okay, the whole
I
thing
get
is
what you're
that
saying, Colton,
on,
but
hold
you're
on. Here's
not.
an
You're
example.
not talking to other people. You're leaving a review of
Yeah.
the place. That's
If
not.
I
That
buy
is
a
not.
fork and I leave a review saying it's not very good at scratching my back, sure, maybe some people use a fork to scratch their back for some reason. But I'm not going to leave a review like it's a bad fork. It's not good at scratching my back. That's crazy.
that doesn't correlate to
the review
at all.
is for
But this is
you.
a house to stay in. It has no relevance to the Stampede. Zero.
Yes, it does. If you're specifically going for the Stampede, most people go.
If I buy a fork to specifically scratch my back,
Colton,
that's not an argument. I'm gonna.
You were crazy for this one. You're
Okay.
like you,
No,
like,
I
you
don't.
it has. They can't move their house. What is their solution?
Yeah, what's
to
the
move the house
feedback?
like what do you
This isn't
Wait,
for the
okay,
people.
hold on,
This is for people
Colton.
who are
If
interested
you
in
rented an
talking to people.
Airbnb, in Japan, would you say a bit far from the Stampede? Because that might be
It
relevant
is pretty
to them.
far from the Stampede. Yeah.
It would be far from the Stampede. If you were to rent an Airbnb in Russia, you should say, by your logic, because apparently the measuring stick on how good an Airbnb is how close it is to the Calgary Stampede.
I wouldn't go to Calgary for any other reason except for the Stampede.
Okay, you know what? I take back my argument because that's a good point. No one goes to fucking Calgary because
You know
Calgary
what?
sucks.
Okay, fine. I forgot that the
okay.
Stampede is the only. Yeah,
There's nothing in Calgary.
All right, that's
There's
fair.
there's
fine.
another review that's
if this is about the Stampede.
no, it's I looked for them. I tried to find one. But all it says was
What's the
beds
other?
were very comfortable, and it just something about it. Just the picture of the
This is
person too.
wholesome.
Just seems weird.
Yeah. I like the idea that one guy rented it and he just tried every bed.
Yeah,
That was like his 8 nights, was just trying each bed and couch, and then he was like, "It was a good comfy beds."
What about the 3-star reviews? Huh? How do you find those?
No, actually, you know what? I'm looking at reviews. There's another review here. It's a lovely, quiet area and walking distance to our family home that we were visiting. What relevance does that have to a review?
That's even worse too because it's like no one else is going to that family home. Like that's just you.
Can you comment on reviews? Can we
your
ask what their
family.
address was?
Yeah, can we start?
Garbage in the kitchen, dirty bed sheets, no electrical lights in the bedroom, no privacy in the living area. There was a notice from the city about not removing snow. I fell 2 times because of the sidewalk. So it was terrible.
A bit
That
far
was the
from
one
the
3-star.
Stampede.
Alright.
I just found Colton's review. Let's keep. No, I like this. This is a good bit.
I think it's over now.
Right.
What
I don't know why y'all are booing me. I'm right.
you're wrong.
Here's
You're
the thing,
wrong.
Colton. If
Right.
you
Leave
had
in
a
the
big,
comments.
long review and you talked about it, but the only thing you said was the hosts were nice and it's far from the Stampede.
Let us know what you think in the comments. You know, we'll
Oh my God.
we'll be
Super
sure to
clean
pass it on to
bedding?
him.
Okay, that's valid.
Okay, maybe. Okay, if I specified,
You're
would
not-
that make it
No, it's
easier?
fine. No, we're not gonna. You don't need to.
No. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into
Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
The way of
I don't want to.
Stampede, realistically, was us taking Ubers that were 30 minutes away. Or if you were closer to at least a SkyTrain station.
Colton,
So-
can I say something really quick? Colton, listen to me.
Okay.
You when you pick this Airbnb, did you not look on a map
Yes, we did.
first? Okay, so you
whose
know how far it
responsibility-
is.
Yeah, whose responsibility is to make sure it's near the Stampede? Is it the homeowners?
Wait, what?
No, it's yours.
Colton.
Yes, it is
Colton.
yours. But we also didn't know like the amount of transportation and everything. Where it's kind of like how often.
Oh, there's no transit.
Yes.
So if you put that in the
Transit.
review, then maybe that would be more information there. But when you
Not
say
if
But
you
that
said
point is
not
when
great
you're selling
transit
a
options,
house, or you're
you
renting
didn't
at a
say
place
not
where-
good transit options.
that would have been a better
Then
thing.
okay,
to say.
then that'd be better. Then it's probably
That
more.
would have been valid.
Implied, then.
There's no
That-
bus. There's no way to get around. That's valid. Yeah.
That would have been.
That's
Yeah.
useful to know if you don't know anything about Calgary. To be fair, the moment you get off the plane, you're like, "Oh my god, who lives here? It's an awful place. There must be no bus."
And also
That's
the biggest
first
thing that I also realized, like in Edmonton, comparatively to Calgary,
yeah.
Calgary's way more spacious. Like it's fucking You need a
Mm.
car kind of thing. So
Yeah.
unless you're on like this one strip of where the train goes,
The
with the
center
LRT,
of the city.
yeah,
Gosh.
then you're fucked. So we were just constantly using. So
Oh my
all
god,
right,
there's
I'll
another
update
comment
it.
about the Calgary Stampede. There's another comment about the Calgary
What'd
Stampede.
they say?
Let's hear it. What they say.
Location was good, with a 20-minute drive to nearby premium shops, outlets, restaurants, and the Calgary Stampede. So apparently, the other person that mentioned the Stampede said it was close enough. So
Interesting.
We're
So
also
you're
going to
also
Vancouver. We're
wrong
25 minutes. It's
about
like,
your
oh,
so you're also wrong.
That's all. No.
yeah. that-
Relative
yeah.
distance. We're not used to that in fucking Vancouver. 25
A
minutes. You're in
20-minute drive? That's pretty normal.
That's like from going to Vancouver, from Vancouver to like fucking Surrey. We're not
No,
used to
That's
that.
normal?
It could take 20 minutes to get across Vancouver.
It takes 20 minutes to get like to North Van. I go to North Van all the time. It takes
Well,
30
yes,
minutes.
also we're talking about traffic right now.
Yeah.
20 minutes? 20 minutes to get anywhere by bus ain't that far
It's pretty standard commute in my
either.
my eyes. It's only
Hey.
5 minutes more than 15 minutes. 15 minutes pretty short. That's only 5
We
minutes
had
more
to
than 10
solely
minutes.
rely on driving. That was.
All right.
You should
glad
get
we-
one of those unicycles. Segway. Get it? Doesn't Segway have they make the unicycle thing so you can ride around?
You mean a
Yeah.
Segway car?
No,
You
like
mean a
not literally a
Segway?
Segway. No, the Segway
No,
company
he's
makes
saying
them, right?
the company Segway makes like one of the one-wheel things, I guess.
Do they make the one wheel? You know what I'm talking about? The one wheel
I feel like
unicycle
it's
thing.
crazy to talk about Segway and be like, you know the thing they make around that's like easy to get around on? The unicycle.
One
wild.
wheel, yeah. 9-bot Z1 or S1. You guys see those? Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's the
I
scooter.
thought for a second, Kari, you were doing a good transition to something by saying Segway into something, but it was actually just about Segways. And not even Segways,
it
actually.
is.
It's about unicycles.
This one here, look at this. Look at this. It's actually really cool. Put it up there, Joey, whatever your name is.
It's me.
In like
We don't have a guide.
It's Kate.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Joey.
Wait,
Fucking what's his
isn't
name?
it cool? Isn't it
Is
cool
it not?
though? It's like a off-road unicycle. They just ride around.
You know how fast I would cave my face in one of these?
I know, right? But every time I see one on it, I'm like, I don't know how you, because they're like
They're
on the middle of the road,
Like a
zipping.
unicycle sounds difficult enough. You know what I mean? Like I've seen those things people ride, but then off road seems like the worst environment possible to ride a unicycle in.
It's got a
Especially
pretty.
at any
I mean,
speed.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's got a pretty thick tire though. Probably some good shocks.
Yeah, but if you hit like a rock or a bump that's too big, you're gonna fucking
Yeah.
eat shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
You guys don't seem very interested in this.
No,
I'm
it's a no
surprised.
for me.
This
I'm
is
just
so
no
booting
intriguing
up
to me.
Marvel Rivals right now to have the new characters have been updated.
What are you? What is this, Kolton? Huh?
I'm
What
looking
is this,
up
Kolton?
if the Thing and the Human Torch are in the game yet, because they're the newest characters that just got promoted.
Speaking of Marvel
Wow.
Rivals, everyone got fired. The game's going down. It's the end of the
Yep.
world.
Yeah.
State of the world. They're all fired. All of them.
Yep, all of them.
We looked into it, and the article said it's just the R&D team apparently. So
Hmm.
It was an R&D team that worked on like some of the mechanics. The game's built by NetEase. It's not built in. Yeah. I mean,
It's crazy that how many people jumped on that and started writing articles.
That's the
So
thing, it's a
sad, by the way.
LinkedIn
I don't want
post.
to.
Yeah.
I know it's incredibly
Yeah.
sad, but it's like a LinkedIn post, and then the article just was referring to that LinkedIn post. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like you got to go through the
It's-
entire.
That link
Yeah.
I sent you was I got it off of Twitter, where like the Twitter caption was that the
it was
game
on the
director.
front page I read it for me. It was like the game director for Marvel
Yeah.
Rivals.
Yeah, there's no.
It's
I
not
looked
the
up.
game
There was some
director.
other. Yeah,
Absolutely
people were
not.
saying game director fired from Marvel Rivals. Like
I
that's
was
a crazy
that's
statement to put on
completely
your.
not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
That's,
great. That'd be like a director from a movie got fired. Oh no, he was just the director of one little department that worked on it a bit. Like it doesn't
Right.
make like what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I mean, just inflammatory journalism.
but I have
That's
to
not
say
my
though,
problem socially
that
at all.
LinkedIn post got some really was a good resume booster for that Gary guy or whoever his name was.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
that post was made just to help his friend get, so like, you got every article sharing that one post now.
Yeah.
He's probably got a job now. Probably someone's doing that.
I don't know.
Probably that
Just
many eyes.
visibility.
It's just
Visibility is
that
not
many
gonna
people.
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like, if I ever see that, I guess you have visibility, and then you can look at their resume. But whenever I see someone
I
getting,
mean, it's a conversation starter too. Like,
I
oh, you're
guess,
that
yeah.
Kolton guy from the one article that was.
That got fired.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
well, hope that they find a job.
I hope so too. I hope the best for them.
I'm curious what mechanic they were working on because it was something specific. So I wonder if it's just like a certain abilities or something, or certain characters.
I'm
Probably
sure
all
it was
kinds of
either
stuff.
characters or
Yeah.
just balancing or
Probably so
designing for some of the
much.
maps. Working on a map or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always wondered how many people work on balancing and just like new mechanics and trying to figure that stuff out. Because in my head, it makes sense that it's one person
Yeah,
or like two
it's
people.
like,
Like
it could
Dota
also,
fame. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm also curious too. Like, if maybe at a certain point they're letting go of a bunch of people who are like, let's say they were only like the maps team, and then now they've only made so many maps. They've like made a backlog. It's like, okay, we don't need anyone for a little while until we can just trickle them out with certain publications or updates with
But
characters.
yeah, I mean, it's such speculation. We there's no way for them to. It
I would
sounded like they
assume
were
that.
doing mechanics, which was like I didn't think. I thought that would be like closer to the vest, because that seems like an important thing to be worried about. But if it's just like some B team in a different country, it sounds kind of weird. I don't like.
Yeah, it's a different country for this. So like,
Yeah, I'm almost
Like for a
definitely was
mechanics
outsourced.
team.
I'm
I mean, we don't know
where it's
anything.
like, yeah, we don't know anything. I'll just
It
I
could be.
remember, like for Dota, it's famously like kind of one guy that's been at the helm of that for like, and only like 5 or 6 years ago that he got like a couple other guys helping him when it comes to like balance and mechanics. And that game is way more complicated than Rivals. So if it's like one guy for that,
That silly top-down game.
Isn't that like the really unbalanced, like bad version of League?
Oh, right, the League clone.
yeah,
Yeah.
the league clone.
Right.
Right.
Oh, boy.
My point is, I would love to get to talk to some like people high up. Be like, who does balancing? How does that work? Is it like one guy? Like who's doing? You know what I mean? Like who's sitting and making decisions? Be interesting.
they're not
From what
outsourced.
my estimate from like all the stuff that my game, that's usually the game designer's job is the balance.
But say you're trying
Like,
to balance like Venom from Marvel Rivals, and you're trying to balance all the other characters. Like you have to have a few hundred hours of experience just on Venom.
I know there's usually multiple game designers, but like I think that's like the job title is
Right,
the
okay.
designer. But like
So
I
maybe
could,
it's like
it's probably
I
different
think
from different.
I know in some MMOs there's like one guy might deal with like 3 different classes or something like that. So like sometimes they
Maybe,
split it up
yeah.
like that. I think like I remember like in Guild Wars it was like, oh, the Guardian guy got fired or whatever. I don't think that's true, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm sure it's all over the
Me
place,
too.
but it'd be interesting to actually like sit down and be like, who does? Because that job sounds cool as fuck.
Yeah, it could be you, man. It
No,
could be you. Once we release our Some Survivor coming out 2026 April.
don't.
You heard it here.
Why would you say that?
It's okay. We
Why
just
would you
delay it,
say
Kevin.
that?
It's fine.
Watch us blow up over the next year, and then we have to like fucking
We'll
check
just,
that and be like,
we'll
oh
just delay
god.
it. Just need some more time.
And
We
then
just
it
put
comes out
out-
years
go
later.
gold.
We never
Yeah.
started it.
We
and
just
then
keep putting out
realized that
those
we had
little
to, like,
teaser
lie.
trailers.
No, we'll do what every other
Where it
Kickstarter does.
says-
We'll make
Yeah.
a Kickstarter and then never commit to anything and never produce an actual
Steal the
product.
money,
Steal the
move to a
money,
different
yeah.
country, come
Yeah,
back
that's what-
5 years later, apologize, do it again, steal their money again, and then leave forever.
Exactly.
Like what
Exactly.
every
Right.
other Kickstarter.
Hell yeah. And then we'll come back and make a board game because that's a different audience. We'll
Yeah.
steal their money.
Is this a Star Citizen thing or something, or what was this?
No.
Oh.
Oh boy.
For
Right.
legal reasons, no.
No, we
Yeah.
are joking.
Don't
We're
sue us. You scammers. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Ooh, got him.
Well,
Yeah, well,
that's our show, folks. Hope you learned something
That's
about
all.
Airbnb and whatever else we talked about. Mostly Airbnbs.
When booking an Airbnb, look
Check
at
the map.
Check the map.
Check
You
the
know,
map.
That's all we're
like,
saying.
Google Maps. It's
Good.
free.
Mm-hmm.
Colton probably used Apple Maps. That's probably what's going on.
That's true.
Got
yeah.
him.
What?
Fuck
I'm
you,
playing,
Steve
Red
Average
Jobs.
Mar-
Apple
Marbles right
Maps user.
He's
Goodbye.
He's
Jesus Christ.